Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Donovan, and today we're going to be comparing two of the most popular true wireless earbud options available in the market. In my right hand, I have the Apple Airpods second generation, and I do have the wireless or the wireless charging version. And in my left hand, I have the Samsung Galaxy Buds, so the newest offering from Apple and the newest offerings from Samsung. So anytime you compare an Apple product to a Samsung product, you're bound to make some people mad. So, just kind of bear with me. I don't really have a favorite when it comes to either of these two companies. So I'm just going to go off of some of the most important things when it comes to picking a pair of true wireless earbuds. And just for the record, both of these will work with the opposite phone. So if you want to use Apple AirPods with Samsung phones, you can do it. And if you want to use the Samsung Galaxy Buds with an iPhone, you can do it. However, they do work best with their own phones. So obviously the Samsung Galaxy Buds works best with an Android phone, specifically Samsung phones, and the Apple AirPods obviously work best with any iPhone. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what's important when it comes to true wireless earbuds. So I'm actually going to leave this up. I'm not going to worry about the iPhone at the moment. That's because I have the app over here for the Samsung Galaxy Buds open, and I want to make sure we talk about that. So first, let's talk about the price. The Apple AirPods come in at $160 for the newest generation, or $200 if you want the wireless charging case, as you can see here. So the only difference here being that you can see there's a little green indicator there telling you that this is the wireless charging version of the Apple AirPods, as you can see right here. So with the wireless charging case, that is the only difference between the two. So $200 for this one, $130 for the Samsung Galaxy Buds. So that actually is a very competitive price. Pretty darn awesome, in my opinion, for Samsung to bring theirs in at $130. So when it comes to price, I'm definitely going to give the win to the Samsung Galaxy Buds. But, obviously, if you want to spend more, then the Apple AirPods are definitely very, very good as well. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the sound quality, because that's obviously very important as well. So the Apple AirPods, I'd give like a solid 4.2 out of 5. They have a very good sound signature. Obviously, you're not going to get a whole lot of noise isolation because they don't fill up your ear a whole lot, but they do have a good sound signature, decent amount of bass, not great because, again, they're not going to have a lot of noise isolation to get that really deep bass, but still very, very good sound quality in my opinion. So regardless of what people might say, if you're not like an audiophile, these do sound great. Same thing with the Samsung Galaxy Buds. They actually sound very good, and one thing I really like about them is the fact you can actually adjust the sound signature. So they do have an equalizer built in here, so you can adjust it if you want heavier bass or if you want more treble. You can adjust that. Personally, I just think if you just stick with dynamic, that honestly is the best, but you can adjust it. So if you're more of somebody that likes bass music or bass heavy music, you can adjust it to that just by simply clicking, or you can click to the treble. But again, for me, the dynamic is definitely the best option. So when it comes to sound signature, I'm going to give the Galaxy Buds the win, simply because of the fact that you can actually adjust the sound signature to whatever you want, whereas with the Apple AirPods, you're just stuck with whatever signature they have, unless you want to adjust it with equalizers within the phone. All right, next area I want to talk about is connectivity, and there is no question, without a doubt, the Apple AirPods take the win when it comes to connectivity. So they have the H1 chip with the newest one, with the newest AirPods, and it is pretty much instant connectivity. As soon as you open the case, basically the AirPods are already connected, so you can see basically the boom, they're good, they're connected. And not only that, they stay connected very well and at a very, very long distance. So with this new H1 chip, I'm able to get a very long ways away from my phone. I can basically go anywhere into my house, and they are going to stay connected up to my iPhone. So it doesn't really matter where I'm at in my house. I can walk around, leave my phone in the basement, go upstairs, and they're still connected. Galaxy Buds also have very good connectivity. They're using Bluetooth 5.0. However, it's just not as good. You do not get the same kind of range you get with the Apple AirPods. So if you need a little bit of range, definitely go with the AirPods. They definitely have the better range when it comes to connectivity of these two true wireless earbuds. All right, so next thing I want to compare is the battery life of these two earbuds. And for this, it's going to be really kind of dependent on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the longest single charge, then the Samsung Galaxy Buds technically have a longer single charge of 6 hours. And with the case, you get an extra 7 hours. So a total of 13 hours of battery life between the case and the earbuds. But again, a single charge on the Galaxy Buds is going to give you 6 hours. Whereas over here on the Apple AirPods, if you're just listening to music, you get 5 hours. If you're using music in calls, then it's more like 3 to 3.5 hours. But generally speaking, you're probably not going to be making that many phone calls on them. So about 5 hours is what you're going to get on a single charge with the Apple AirPods. But then the bonus here is the fact that with the Apple AirPods, you get an extra 4 to 5 charges in the case. So about a total of 25 hours of battery life with the Apple AirPods. So if you're looking for the one that has the most, or the one that you're going to be charging the least often, then definitely the Apple AirPods. And both of them feature wireless charging, so that's awesome. However, you have to pay extra in order to get wireless charging on the Apple AirPods, as I mentioned earlier, with the second generation. So only the second generation have that feature that you can purchase directly. You can buy a charging case for the first generation. So here are my first generation Apple AirPods. Obviously, they don't charge wirelessly. And actually, this is what the case looks like if you buy the Apple AirPods second generation without wireless charging. So basically, the only difference is the green lights in here versus out here on the case. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about that phone call quality. So phone call quality wise, I definitely have to give the win to the Apple AirPods. I don't think it's a huge win. I do have a little bit better luck in noisier situations using the Apple AirPods. They pick up my voice very, very well, very clearly, and most people in most situations can't even tell the difference between me being on my phone or me being on my Apple AirPods, even in noisier situations. And that's honestly quite true of the Samsung Galaxy Buds as well. They do a very good job of isolating out outside noise. And so it's really kind of a toss-up here, but I do give a slight advantage to the Apple AirPods when it comes to phone call quality. Both of them do a great job, like I mentioned, of phone call quality. So it really is kind of a hard one. I'd maybe give this one, like the Apple AirPods, like a 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to phone call quality, and the Samsung Galaxy Buds like an 8. If you want to know my honest opinion about the best phone call quality on true wireless earbuds, I'd give that to the Jabra Elite Active 65Ts or the Jabra Active 65Ts. All right, so now let's talk about one other thing, and that is the fact that the Samsung Galaxy Buds do have an IP rating, so they are water resistant. The Apple AirPods technically don't have a water resistance rating. However, I actually sent my original Apple AirPods through the washer. They still work just fine. The one thing that really made me actually get the second generation one is the fact that this earbud right here actually got ran over by a car. So it still works. They still actually work very well for music, but the microphone got a little messed up, and so they're not as great for phone calls after it got ran over by a car. So you got to cut them a little break there. So the other thing I wanted to talk about are just some of the features you get on the Samsung Galaxy Buds that you don't get with the AirPods. So let's go ahead and hop over here into the app that it can use. So obviously you can adjust the equalizer. You can get notifications so that it actually will speak in the notifications to you. That's not really one that I really like, except for phone calls. That's kind of cool. It'll actually tell you the number that's calling you. That's cool, without actually having to take your phone out. We do have touchpad features, so you can adjust what the touchpad does. So that's cool. But the one that I think is really cool is the ambient sound. So it's not too often you get ambient sound with true wireless earbuds, but these do feature that. So ambient sound, basically what that does is if I put them in my ears, so they can only work when they're actually in your ears. So notice that I put them in my ears. Now the ambient sound is an option. And if I go ahead and go in here to the app, I can turn it on, and what it does is it actually amplifies everything that's going on around you. So if you want to be able to hear people that are talking while you're listening to music, then you can do that. That's not a feature you get over here on the AirPods. However, I will mention again, the AirPods have a better Actually, sorry, I should say this. The AirPods let in more outside noise because of the fact that they aren't isolating at all, whereas you get a more isolated sound coming into the Samsung Galaxy Buds because they have those silicone tips, ear tips, that kind of fill in your ears. So they're going to isolate out a little bit more noise, but that's nice that you get that ambient sound option. We do also have a Find My Earbuds option as well, so it'll actually make it so that they beep or actually kind of chirp. So go ahead and hit start. They actually start chirping like a bird, so that's kind of cool. We're not going to do that because obviously I know where they are. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, anything that maybe I missed here with these two, just let me know down in the comments below. I know you guys will anyways. So thanks for watching. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.